The regular season is over. The finals are about to begin. Let's look at the people who didn't make it and poke fun at those who barely even tried. Holy shit, the Titans were really bad this year. Like, I know they're not the best team in the NRL, but Jesus Christ, they weren't really NRL caliber, were they? They have officially become the modern version of the Knights team that won 3 wooden spoons in a row. Let's see if this tank will last that long, or even further. And in addition, with growing talks of a second Brisbane team coming in, I wouldn't be surprised that the Gold Coast Titans will be axed and become the next Brisbane team. Maybe that way they can actually have some form of a fan base. This right here is a direct message to the St George Illawarra Dragons. Stop giving your fans false fucking hope. Surprise, surprise, you had a very good start to the season, like you always do. But something that keeps on happening is you lose that season momentum and just keep losing until the point where there is no possible way that you can make the finals. Something needs to change within your squad and potentially your coaching to fix up problems to actually have a good start to the season and then actually proceed to make the final. Man, you lot really miss Jonathan Thurston. Man, you lot couldn't catch a break this year. Some of the referee calls against your team have been utter ludicrous, and I've actually witnessed this personally. So I was at the Anzac Day match between the Storm and the Warriors, and the Warriors were playing their absolute heart out. And so with about 3 minutes remaining with the Warriors up by 2, the Storm get a penalty from, and what I can only explain is, the Storm knocking the ball on from trying to play a fast tackle. The Storm kick the goal, and then on the next set of 6, kick a field goal which would end up winning the game. Adding that to the fact that you also lost Sean Johnson to Cronulla, it's just been a really upsetting season for the Warriors, and I feel for them. I'ma be honest, the Bulldogs weren't that bad this year. It's just that they had a really slow start to the season, and their season really never catched up with them. Even though they did get some pretty good results, it was just all too little too late. They need to get ready right at the beginning of the season if they want a shot of making the finals next season. Do not give me a horn for this. I am fucking appalled on how the Knights just fucking crumbled in the second half of the season. And I can't just squish it all down into 30 seconds. I'm going to make my own individual video explaining what the fuck happened. I think the way they handled Nathan Brown was extremely poor by the CEO. I think the players just fucking gave up and died. It is actually fucking ridiculous how the Knights just can't be a simple fucking club and not being fucking so unstable. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's an unfortunate time for Penrith supporters. It's really kind of weird. They actually put in a very good season. It's just they weren't good enough just to break into the top 8. No matter how many times Maloney and whatever they call their captain, bloody Crimson Chin, Nathan Cleary, couldn't try to muster to bring Penrith in. Penrith have got a good squad, and they've definitely got good chances of making the finals next year. It's just that other results and other teams were the only real factor of them not making the top 8. But I think they've got a pretty good chance next season. It's really unfortunate for the Tigers. They had a pretty average and also pretty good parts of their season, and it went all the way to the final game, which decided their fate of making the finals, and Cronulla bested them to it. The Tigers had a good season, but it's just a shame that it had to come down to the final game of the season, and the Cronulla just completely ran Rupshank in the second half. Unlucky fellas. Now, after we talked about the bottom 8, now let's focus our attention to the top 8 on what's going to happen. And honestly, who knows? A definite dark horse into claiming the premiership is Canberra, who are in the top 4. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what actually happens. My prediction for the grand final is